Here's a little extra credit I thought I would show you guys before I talk a little bit more about this Esker Cycles and make a kind of a pretty big announcement about my passion for this brand Esker and what I did about it, and one of the reasons why I chose to go pretty much all in on this brand and truly have put my money where my mouth is and got behind them. So, and probably one of the only people that has a bunch of YouTube videos about this bike, more than I know. Not just this bike, but Esker, the Esker Hayduke, which I have too. So first let me point out one of the reasons why I chose this bike, and I talked about it a while back, but I want to talk about it again. And one of the reasons is it was a steel hardtail that had really, really nice advanced geometry. A low bottom bracket, a slack head tube angle, and kind of a long reach, not too long, a kind of a medium stack height. It's not too low, but it's on the lower side, I would say. And these unique dropouts, they're portage dropouts, because I had the Hayduke and I love these dropouts. I built up my Hayduke as a geared bike. This one's built up as a single speed. So this one has these little adjuster bolts for the single speed. But one of the things I really liked about it is another thing is this dropout, you could switch it up and use different axle length. So if you have hubs that are 142 still, the 142 by 12 hubs, then you can use those. You don't have to use 148 boosts. And I like that because my single speed hubs are all 142. I never have bought the single speed that are the 148. And I think some companies don't even make 148 single speed hubs. They're usually, I know for a fact that Hope doesn't. They only come in 142. So that was one of the reasons. Then this incredible way this steel tubing felt. The way they do the chromoly, and they shape it and double butt it or quadruple butt it. I like the curved seat tube. It's not too steep. I don't really think you need like a 77, 78 seat tube angle. I've never, and especially not on a hardtail. I think 74, 75 is fine. I'm not exactly sure what the numbers are there. They have all these bolts and stuff like that, so you can do it for bike packing. I'm not a bike packer, but who knows, maybe I'll try that one day. So I really liked that Esker kind of went in, they dug into the weeds to see what people are like, and they made clearance. This is a 2.6 inch tire. It can go up to 29 by 2.8. Not a lot of hardtails can do the 2.8 tires, but Esker made it a point to make that fit, and that's with their, Esker is also associated with Terrain tires, and they have that huge 29 by 2.8 chunky like, or chunky light or something like that, and McFly, so it fits those tires in there. And I've always been a believer of wide rims and bigger tires, so I was already gravitating towards that. So what I did was what I said, I put my money where my mouth is. There is a thing called Start Engine, and it's a kind of a crowd investment type website thing, and Esker teamed up with them, and then they sent emails to all the Esker owners and said, do you want to invest? And so I went ahead and grabbed some shares, and you got to see their pitch deck and portfolio, and you know, it looked really good. And I thought, well, hey, that's kind of cool. I can invest in a company that I already like. I already use their products, and be an early investor. And then I got some, you know, privileged information. They're going to come out with a titanium Japhy and a titanium Hayduke. I'm not exactly sure what tweaks they do, but I like the way they built this. One thing that's different about this, and one of the reasons I chose this bike too, not only because those portage dropouts, because I like my brakes tucked in like that. I never have liked the brakes sticking out like that. I mean, that's fine. It functionally it's the same, but I just kind of like that tucked in look. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me. The cable routing is you can do a lot of different adjustments with this cable routing, so they give you a lot of flexibility. I could have done top cable routing, bottom cable routing. It's kind of, I mean, top for the gear, but it gives you those choices. So that's kind of cool that it's gives you those multiple routings. I wish they had. I kind of like internal for the shifter, but there's no shifter on this one, so it doesn't matter. But if for geared, it's kind of, but not for the brake. I would think brake, I would want it pretty much external, maybe internal in the main triangle, but external on the back. But I don't know. Once you start going internal with the brake cable, and you kind of, it makes it a pain when you're switching out brakes. But I don't really switch it. I just use the same brakes on the bike for the life of the bike usually, and just bleed the brakes, flush the brakes, rebuild the pistons if I have to do that. But my Shimano XTs have been running strong. I've just had to bleed them only once since I bought this bike, and my other ones I've bled a couple times. But they work great for me, and they don't squeal and everything. That's another topic. But I just wanted to let you guys know that check out Start Engine, and I'll put the link in my video, and look at the Esker Cycles or the Esker Hayduke. If you're looking to wait a little while, you might want to wait for the titanium one and get a titanium one. And I mean, they come in such a great price too. That's another reason why I really like this company. It's a $700 steel frame, so it's right in line with those budget steel frames with the big companies like Salsa and Surly and some of those other companies that come in with those steel frames. You know, the budget steel frames, Kona. You know, you get into some of these other steel frames, they're over $1,000. Like a Niner steel frame is over, it's like $1,100, the Sur 9, and the geometry is not near as advanced as this. And this is a steel frame that's got the advanced geometry. I mean, look at Santa Cruz, has always been pretty advanced. They just finally came out with the Chameleon that has some updated geometry, but you know, the older Chameleon wasn't even near as slack as this thing. So I'm just, you know, pointing out the facts, and I don't think the new Chameleon can even do a single speed. I think it's geared only, so I may be wrong about that, but I don't know. I like the way steel rides, and then I definitely want to try the titanium one. So that's my heads up. Take a look at the titanium models. They'll be coming out soon. If not, get a steel model if that's what your budget calls for, and take advantage of a lower bottom bracket and a slacker head tube angle that makes going really fast so much funner. And I just did a fun run, and it wasn't my fastest time, but it was fun, and I just wanted to point that out. Talk to you guys later.